start. So he is bringing Mango, not only recipe and the Tango, doesn't have the Shadow Strike. So this will benefit Kunkka.
Step lively
We'll
now.
give him
Your
like
Admiral is on board.
1 minute to be able to CS a bit harder and a bit more than he usually can against the Queen of Pain.
So, which of these three lanes, as we've got them all on the screen right now, is most important for Vice to turn their tides, to turn their fortunes around and kind of get ahead here?
I think they have good kill potential on the bottom lane. Juggernaut playing into 2 melee with the Grimstroke. I'm not a big fan of Grimstroke getting Inkswell level 1. This is something. Alright, Samael. He's dropping.
Chased by Febby all the way. Never really stopped in already a 1k lead. He had that Thunder Strike, threw it onto this Earth Spirit, who looked to use the Boulder Smash to slow down the Disruptor, just wasn't enough though.
To go back to the talk about Inkswell, don't do it. It feels like it's a good spell to take, but don't. Like, it never is. It's, let's compare it. It's a 30-second cooldown compared to Stroke of Fate being 11-second cooldown. You cannot secure the range creep. With the Wolves, you get so much more damage, and just doesn't feel that great. I can understand like what he's trying to do. I'm gonna use Inkswell with the Blade Fury, but it's just not good. Like, sometimes, most of the time, in Dota, you want to save your spell until you see what happens. With Grimstroke, take Stroke of Fate.
So, ends up betting slow 1,
Courier even dying.
Fate. Lose Enryu's Courier, Bob getting chased, Armel.
Gabbi dropping very low.
I'm gonna go for this. Gabbi also low. Febby trying to help out, but there's the spear on Ryu. Can he get down to Gabbi? There's the roll and the connection. Samael, he died before, but gets revenge and takes out Gabbi. Ooh, Boulder Smash, Febby. Enryu with the God's Rebuke under the tower. He'll survive, and 2 kills there for Vice. Maybe a little bit over anxious for TNC. Is there a bit far?
Febby falling off. Well, I guess I'll just die there. I think he died there on purpose. Can't
refill the bottle.
Yeah, refill the bottle on the mid lane. You had no mana, no HP, just a boost of speed. You have to use the courier, so it's really not worth to actually live in that lane. And he got some solo XP as well on top of that.
Tactical deaths. We've seen them before, especially to refill these bottles. Gabbi getting pressured once again, and this is without the Disruptor to help. Down to about a 1/3 health, but now finally the Disruptor is there. Not certain they can get either of these. They only have Glimpse and Thunder Strike. They will use that Glimpse, looking for the roll. Now hits and connects onto Febby. Gabbi questioning whether or not he wants to go over and participate, but being under half health is certainly a deterrent.
Ursa needs to be careful. There's a ton of harassment coming out from these 2 heroes.
Step lively
and
now.
they have no region left whatsoever, only 1 Tango. X mark, Kunkka will TP back. This is the power of mid Kunkka, where you can always use X mark TP back, buy the items, come back almost full HP to the lane.
Invisibility.
Just walking up on Bob.
Your Admiral is on board.
Eats a Tidebringer. Doesn't get hit by that torrent. Did have Impale to work with. Could have just thrown the stun. Maybe even hit a Spike Carapace on that Tidebringer, but chose to do nothing and just got into the face of Bob.
Very aggressive build from Queen of Pain. 2-0-2, saving 1 point in case she needs a blink. Actually puts another point in Scream of Pain. I don't think I've ever seen that. On level 6, most of the time you want to take the ulti, but let's see if this one results in a kill. But no blink to finish him off.
There's no blink to finish him off, but it is costing so much money in regen. And now Febby, he gets caught. Enryu and Samael here again to take out this Disruptor for the 2nd time. Meanwhile, Impale, Inkswell, not going to help Palos catch anybody. Was looking for the 5-minute bounty round. They'll secure it nonetheless. Still though, TNC holding strong with a 1k net worth lead 5 minutes into the game. They've gotten that advantage a little bit early. Tidebringer hits both Febby and Armel.
Another bottle refill for Queen of Pain, and she will also be able to pick up the Bounty Rune on the east.
Bounty Rune still just sitting there. Interested to see how Armel approaches this attack on Bob come level 6. Because he's been 50 or so health away, and yeah, he'll forego the Sonic Wave and pick up Blink at 6.
Yeah, you don't have enough mana to use Sonic Wave either way, so you're like, I'm just gonna skip it anyway.
Okay. I was wondering if he might just take a 3rd level in Shadow Strike and do the Ultra Greed, no Blink.
Now, your Admiral is on board.
Rune spawning, it's top, Haste Rune. Armel has the vision of it. Kunkka CS, not the greatest. Queen of Pain has almost the same amount of denies as Kunkka has CS.
Comes back up towards top on Enryu, though.
Radiant structures are
Not
fortified.
really too worse for wear. He's got 5 launch charges ready to use if need be. Ulti coming through mid. Inkswell, Queen of Pain now hit by that turret. The Inkswell pops, and down goes Armel. Meanwhile, Gabbi to the top lane. Vice grab a couple of big ones with the rotation from Zenki over mid to help out Bob. It was all Armel mid until that point.
Yeah, Vice playing much better than in the previous game, where they're making some aggressive moves. They understand how much pressure they need to put on the lanes, and now Juggernaut on top of a CS just, you know, becomes very hard for anyone to play the bottom lane once Juggernaut hits the level 6. Queen of Pain just hit the bottom, no Sonic Wave, so I'm not sure if you're getting the skill, probably not.
Fury and the heal available. Royal Jelly for the Radiant side. That'll help out both the Jug and the Kunkka, if that's where it's placed. Arcane Ring for the Lycan. How's this offlane Lycan going about his life? You know,
Very
still
good.
a Necro 3, right?
Yeah, you just get that Necro 3. Pretty much you're doing the same job as the safe lane mid Lycan, just a bit worse. You know, it's like, you know, me being an analyst, doing a top tier job, and then you have a Black who's, you know, a bit below me. Just getting shout out to my boy Black.
Arena down. And the spear that'll land on Febby. Easy kill. Samael will take credit for that one. kpii trying to get a return kill or do something with this first shapeshift. Tim's also nearby, but a Geomagnetic Grip will stop Tim's from throwing a stun. However, it's not going to matter. kpii gets credit for the kill onto Enryu as Gabbi joins in the fight. Meanwhile, Sonic Wave, bottom, Zenki.
Life. Fade from memory.
Finally, level 7 has that Sonic Wave. Now I'm at to work with, but just enough there for the
under attack.
separation away. Armel looking like, at least for the moment, he's taken over bot. He swapped his lane up a little.
TNC really taking a good care of Armel. This is the 3rd time they refilled his model just to be able to snowball with the Queen of Pain. I love the item build. Just straight into Yule Scepter, remove those silences, great against Kunkka, dodging the X-Mark combination, and also having an ability to stop the TP.
6-4 in favor of Vice. This game's sitting about even in terms of network. Jug leading the way so far. Goes Midas, Palos, and then into the Maelstrom by the looks of it. Is that queued up? We'll see if he finishes it.
Dire's top tower is under
Okay,
attack.
I mean, not the standard stuff. We'll see how that's gonna pay off. Still good timing on a Midas, but it's not like Juggernaut needs it. You can get Maelstrom, like Power Tread's Maelstrom instead, and just keep farming.
Slowing down that build a little bit. Roll all the way over. Geomagnetic Grip and Boulder Smash on the teams. They've also got the X. That's Bob makes his way all the way around. Ghost Ship comes in. Tim surviving for now, but just a shot more needed to get the kill, but he's into the Vendetta. They've used the dust. It doesn't land on the Nyx Assassin. They get the kill to Zenki. Now the hook over to Enryu, who throws the spear and latches up Gabbi to the edge of the cliff. That's right there. Enryu finally falling. 2 heroes dead on Vice. They also catch the glimpse on a Samael. He will roll to the high ground, but not far enough away just yet. Armel right on his
Some
tail.
level 1 roll, so this should be a kill. Let's see if they have enough damage. All right.
And he's out.
Just TP out, it's that easy. I love the build from Febby in this game. No shenanigans. I'm playing Disruptor 5.
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh,
is under
Tim!
attack.
Actually with the vendetta.
Wow.
Sorry to cut you off right there.
Yeah. To go back to Febby's skill build, don't want to put second point in Thunderstrike. I'm just playing position 5 Disruptor. Want to have that glimpse maxed out because whenever you
Radiant's
play
bottom
Disruptor,
tower is under
you want to
attack.
have a good vision.
Dire's
Some of the
middle
provide
tower is
stuff in the
under
front
attack.
line. Now you have Lycan, you
Dire's
have Nick,
structures
Assassin's cutting
are
things out.
Step lively.
Assassin.
Your admiral is on board.
Very dead.
Blade Fury right on top of him. Also a stun at Bob, trying to extend his life, but it's not going to do much more than extend.
Dire's middle tower
Get him
has
out.
fallen.
Doesn't save the tower. Gonna take the mid tier 1.
Radiant's top tower
Palos.
is under attack.
Doing that healing ward. That Maelstrom still with that Midas. He's behind though. He's behind
Your admiral is on
Armel,
board.
but he is ahead of both the Lycan as well as the Ursa. Gabbi's game seeming a little bit slower than the rest.
And this is not going to be the greatest timing on the Battle Fury. Still needs a lot of time to recover. I'd say Vice played the lane correctly, putting a lot of pressure on Ursa and just delaying that Battle Fury as much as possible. But there are multiple heroes that they need to focus in this game. It's an offlane Lycan that's still gonna have 12-minute Necro 3, so this is where the threat
Dire's
comes
top
from.
tower
You know,
is under
KP can't
attack.
be the one just buying time until Ursa
Dire's
recovers in the
structures
jungle.
are fortified.
Palos and Enryu will now go for the top tier 1. They took out the mid tier 1.
Radiant's middle tower
looking
is under
for
attack.
multiple towers. Tim's just sitting
Radiant
bottom,
are
getting some
scanning.
experience going into the Euls. He was holding 1,000 gold
Dire's
before,
top
bought
tower
that Staff
is
of
under
Wizardry.
attack.
So
Dire's
this is a
top
Nyx
tower
assassin
has
that
fallen.
has a decent chunk of farm. He's 1,000 ahead of the Earth Spirit. That is a very rich Nyx. Well, Arena, and they catch Armel. Blow him up. Tims can only just watch and run.
Dire's top
Pops that
tower is
vendetta
under
back
attack.
off.
This time around, they don't have 2 saves that they had in the previous game. Tusk Snowball plus the Oracle ulti, so everyone needs to be a bit more careful.
For mid, not spotting anybody. Enryu throws that spear out, I believe. Maybe spotting him for a second with the sentry on the high ground. Like it. Already on the Necro 2, about to finish that Necro 3. Obviously no boots up to this point, but the Necro 3 timing's not terrible considering the offlane Lycan.
They would want to push some towers. Bottom tower is very low. Smoke being used by TNC, so this is where they want to take a fight.
He and Samael just sitting by. Shapeshift, Bob's here too. They've got the glimpse, that's right to KP. Bob in trouble, the impale hits from Tim. Static Storm down on top of him. They get the kill onto Bob. They are losing Armel in the process. Samael gets that and will most likely be traded here. Trying to roll though, nobody steps in front of him. He had 2 heroes around, now they've got this glimpse. With the impale hitting from Tim's, that'll secure a second.
Enryu coming with the arena, doesn't catch anyone. And now doesn't have even mana to use the spear.
They've got the dust on Nyx Assassin, who will try to TP away, and you dusted him, but they don't catch anyone.
That's unfortunate, really. Like, they should have gotten at least 1 kill out of that. Also, unfortunately for Queen of Pain, she played very
Dire's
aggressive
structures are
while
fortified.
Yule Scepter, the last component, was being delivered, so she did not have a defensive tool for herself to buy a bit of more time until she connects with the rest of the team.
Yeah, the silence is coming in from Samael as well as Zenki.
Your admiral is
Really helped just control Armel. Use that magnetize, they get the kill. And Samael does end up dead, but you know, he did help get that kill on Armel. Not a life lost for nothing. This is still continuing to buy some space for Palos, who will have this Maelstrom finished off
Radiant's
in
bottom
just 2
tower
gold.
is under attack.
Bounty.
Radiant structures
He's
are
ready to go,
fortified.
going towards the Ags next. He's getting a lot of space. It's 9-9 right now and only a 1,000 net worth lead for TNC. I like the space that they've been able to achieve.
Radiant's
Even
bottom
Palos.
tower has fallen.
But this Hand of Midas actually paying off for him. I personally am not a big fan of Midas in general. On certain heroes, yes, in certain situations, but this time around they're not punishing it. And,
bounty!
he's getting away with that. So, Hand of Midas into Maelstrom. Maelstrom got buffed in the previous patch, deals well with the Lycan and the summons. Aghanim Scepter is also fine, you know, just have that ability to use Omni Slash 2, maybe 3 more times if you count in the ulti in a team fight. I can understand like why, because you're playing into Ursa as well, so you might try to bait Enrage with the quick slash.
Torrent missing, going for Armel. They've got the silence. The boat misses too. Bob trying to get a little creative with how he goes after the Queen of Pain, but it's a swing and a miss on that one.
Yeah. I was about to say, you know, imagine missing a torrent in 2021. Then I realized I played Kunkka the other day, and people can check my game history, and they would go, "Yeah, dude, but you missed like 4," because I was a bit rusty, you know, didn't play Kunkka in a really long time. Maybe this is also the case here.
That was one of those heroes that played when I started Dota, and I missed everything.
Nothing has changed, huh?
No. Not at all. I still don't know the top.
Lycan with the ulti.
Got the arena down, but again, it's not around anybody. Enryu just has to turn tail and run, but he doesn't do so. Allows him to get glimpsed back. Spear thrown, hits Armel, not gonna matter. The impale's there. Tims gets the kill onto the Mars. Space is what you could chalk that up to if you want to look at the positive sides for Vice on that.
Sure, you can always go with space, if that's your excuse. Ursa is recovering nicely.
Yeah, he's got that Battle Fury ready to go, going into the BKB Basher next.
Pretty standard stuff. Coming on from Gabbi's Ursa. Laning stage didn't go too well, so now it's time to hit some creeps. And possibly, if they take
Radiant's
a good fight
tower
near the
is under
Roshan,
attack.
just transition that into Roshan kill. You have Lycan, you have Ursa, 2 of the best heroes to take down Rosh.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Towards mid. Smoked. Armel, roll X.
This is
And out for the Queen of Pain. They've got the X, they pulled back, they've got the silence, but here comes the Ursa. Oh! Got the slow range through, and they've leashed him up, but it's not going to be enough to get the kill onto this Queen of Pain. Tims' courier dies while Samael, he loses his life. No! Spear forward, but Enryu just right into the hands of the Ursa. Getting way too aggressive with that there. And now they've got the glimpse on a Bob, the impale from Tims. And Bob on the run down. Palos doesn't even have the damage to get the kill on a Gabbi. He goes into the Blade Fury.
One body block.
Not 3, but potentially 4.
He even gets the ward, man. Tims is a god.
Landing every stun, doing everything possible to make this a victory for TNC in this fight. And that just pushes them up towards the 7K lead margin. That 3-man stun from Tims was impeccable, and now a 2-man geomagnetic grid, but Samael, blink from Armel, not in front of him. However, they'll pull him back. 3-man stun with the ink swell, now the stroke of fate. God's rebuke. Tims is finding again. The spear comes in, and they'll make it a second. Roll forward looking for Armel. Geomagnetic grid. Got the silence on the Queen of Pain, but Armel blinks away, and while all that's happening, Rosh goes into the hands of TNC.
Yeah. As I said, a couple of kills. They turned that into Rosh while the rest of the team is keeping them busy. So good stuff coming out from TNC. All that kind of backfired because Kunkka didn't hit the X mark into Torrent once again. And Queen of Pain managed to live on like 100 HP. Use the Sonic Wave, so that's a lot of damage. I think it connected on the 3, maybe even 4 heroes. Now working towards BKB. Once she gets that BKB, doesn't have to care too much about those spells. Like, needs to be careful The
Radiant's
Juggernaut
bottom
slash.
tower is under
Runes
attack.
are spawning. Seems like it's just gonna be 2-for-2 trade. Gonna talk
Illusion.
about Kunkka's item build. He's going for Heaven's Halberd straight away against Ursa, against Lycan.
Dire's
Sure, it's fine.
structures
Kunkka is
are
one of the
fortified.
heroes that can build whatever and also feel
Radiant's
very
bottom
good whether
tower
you need
is
like a
under
spirit
attack.
Step lively
vessel,
now. Your admiral is
armlet
on
for some
board.
cheap damage.
And Death shot hits Enryu, misses the impale though. And they're scouting with the Vendetta, they're scouting with the Wolf, they've got the Blink as well as the Spear, now the X-Well ghost ship combo. Zenki gets
Step
the kill on the
lively now.
Tims, who
Your
just
admiral
reaches
is on
out a
board.
little bit too far. So they try to
Radiant's
cut
middle
into this
tower
lead.
is under attack.
It's an 8k lead for
Radiant
TNC,
structures are
and they'll
fortified.
pressure the top tier too. They've almost got
Dire's
the
top
Sags on the
tower
jug.
is under
Meanwhile,
attack.
KP, he's going Ags himself. Wants to bite some of his friends.
Now this is when you see Bite Me and he takes it literally and gets that Aghanim.
Arena down around Febby. Static Storm though committed. Febby trying to survive as long as he can. The shapeshift was used by KP. He'll get the kill on a Zenki. Febby, he's getting low. The spear hits. It will connect and take his life, but Palos is gone. They'll buy back on the Disruptor. Enryu blinks onto the cliff and just able to TP away. Meanwhile, Yule's coming through from the Queen of Pain of Armel. They've got the silence. They'll stop the TP and they'll take out Samael. KP now on a mega kill streak. He's 5-0-4. Getting closer and closer to that end.
Radiant's middle tower
I
has
like
fallen.
how TNC just approached this draft. We're gonna first phase Lycan, there's Kunkka, there's Mars. And then they
Radiant's
shift
middle tower is
Lycan
under
on the
attack.
off lane, pick Ursa, and Ursa
Step
is their
lively
big
now. Your
win
admiral is on
condition here.
board.
He's probably just gonna bite the teddy
Radiant
bear.
are scanning.
So that's gonna be really scary, you know. I want to see that. It's something that's kind of mean,
Dire's
but
top tower is
can
under
work out.
attack.
I like it. I was a fan of. I've seen it a couple times where it was like Lycan Monkey King as the combo, and the Lycan would just bite the Monkey King and make it pretty disgusting overall.
Like, who would win in a real fight? Let's say Wolf, for some reason, finds a bear and decides to bite him. Like, bear would just rip him apart, right?
Well, then
There's no way Wolf... It's like, you know... Like a kindergarten kid. You know, it's not fair.
silencing swell coming through. They are chasing Tims as they've dusted him up. Throws himself into the air, but still looking like he might fall. Spike Carapace hits all four heroes, but the blink forward from Enryu to secure that one. The only thing I'd say to that is Wolves usually are not by themselves.
Dire.
I mean,
Travel
that's
in
unfair.
packs.
That's like playing Dota
Is
1
on
versus
board.
5. You know, we're
we've seen some
talking
people
about
be
the
successful.
straight 1 versus 1 mid grizzly bear against, let's say, a silver wolf. Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
I would definitely give the polar bear in it. Polar bears are gruesome.
Let's say albino polar bear against the wolf.
That polar bear's got it won. Pretty easily, too. Polar bears are massive. 11k lead for TNC. Just a one-sided affair so far up to this point. They're seemingly trying to wait on what Palos can bring, as he's got the Maelstrom as well as the Axe. They're going on to Enryu. They'll have the silence, the geomagnetic grip, as well as the magnetize that comes through with the Tims, as well as Armel. Armel throws out the sonic wave. Enryu falls. Ghost Ship comes in. And it'll hit onto Tims. They are locked together with the Soul Bind. Armel should be able to get away as the Spike Carapace locks up Bob for a second. Now their attention's on to Febby for the moment. Samael getting chased by KP. They've got themselves a double for Armel, looking over at Bob, and making a double for Gabbi. 4 heroes down on the side of Vice.
They're still
Now
not done.
Grimstroke.
It's going to be a full
Team life.
Under attack.
Is who gets the kill. They're all fighting for it. Ends up beating Gabbi and secures the triple.
TNC is in the mood. You know, we lost in the first series
Radiant's
in the
middle
DPC
tower is
league.
fallen.
We can
Radiant's
play
middle
better
tower
Dota
is
than
under
that,
attack.
and we'll show show you right here, right now, and this is exactly it.
Radiant's
They
middle
might
tower
have
has fallen.
possibly like one, maybe
Radiant's
two more
middle
fights because
barracks
there's
are
still
under
tier 1,
attack.
tier 2 towers standing
Radiant's
on the top, tier 2 towers on the bottom, so they can't just go
Radiant's
in
middle
and end the
barracks
game,
has
but
fallen.
full set of Raxes for them.
Dyer's top
Lycan
tower
finishes
is under attack.
his Aghanim Scepter.
Now it's time to bite,
Add another to the tally.
which is not a time I want to be around. I'll tell you that much. I don't want to get bitten. Although if it made me lifesteal, I think I'd be more about it.
Radiant scan.
There he is. He bites Gabbi immediately. Sonic Wave comes in. They look for Palos. They get the kill out of the jug. And just got Enryu. Hey, look at Bob. He's broken,
Bobby,
stunned,
you're done.
and run down. That is a pouncing wolf. With the Earth Shock, it's even more gruesome. As he's going to chase this Grimstroke, pounce on top of him, go for the juggler. I said that word horribly wrong. But yeah, Gabbi gets the triple and he's down Godlike.
This is actually insane. You have Lycan with a crit, dealing extra damage, max attack speed, slow, and the bash. This is actually insane combination.
Yeah, the pounce, I say. It's just Earth Shock, but when he's in the wolf form, it really does look like he's pouncing on top.
No, and the Grimstroke ulti, you know, will not do that much. You can't leash this dog. You know, it's too scary.
That was clever, I like that. TP's coming in massively for Vice, Geomagnetic Grip. Gabbi on the run, 4 heroes committed, now make
There's
it
the
a
bite.
5th. It's ready in the air,
Let's
and
go.
another rules avoids the spear. They've got the arena as well as the roll, but there's the bite on the Gabbi. KP will also shapeshift. They don't get the kill onto this Earth Spirit. On the slash, KP. He's down for the count, but so is Palos. Gabbi just hits so hard, pops the BKB, pounces on Samael. The look over at Enryu, take out a third. Zenki, as well as Bob, who's hit with the spike carapace, blink forward from Armel. Inkswell pops, but doesn't land on anybody. Gabbi jumps Zenki in the back line, rolls in, as well as the magnetize. They're going after this Ursa, who's hit with the torrent. Now the silence on a bomb. Stun comes in from Tim's. Ursa ripping through these heroes beyond godlike. Backs off for the moment. He only has 200 health. But Bob, I don't know if he's going to make it into the base.
wants this
Screen.
kill so badly. Right
Armel
backfire, BKB and Dual Scepter now. She's fine.
Radiant's
didn't
middle
have the mana
tower
for the
is under
Sonic
attack.
Wave. And there's the blink away, and the Abyssal finished on Gabbi.
Well, you said
That
wolves
was
usually come in a pack, and we see here 2 wolves just attacking that. Who are they attacking? There's no animals.
Just humans.
Yeah, just, you know, attacking a human village.
They stand no chance. Spear connects on Armel. Arena down. Palos goes forward. Uses that swift slash as Omni is still on cooldown. BKB's been caught by Armel. They get the kill into Palos. They take him out for 65 seconds. Gabbi back in on this one. He is a wolf bear.
Big bad wolf.
Super serious and going for more. Enryu now stunned up. Armel just throwing out some right clicks. Trying to clean up this Mars while Grimstroke gets chased down. And it's another 4, making another kill life for TNC. Up 29,000 gold just 28 minutes into the game. Overwhelming Vice
You know
for a
what I
second
always
game in
say.
a row.
When it's time to call it, it is time to call it.
Radiant structures
Go
are
for the tier
fortified.
4s. The glyph is there.
Radiant's
Maybe
bottom
one more
tower
fight,
is under
but down
attack.
by this much. It's going to be a struggle of an exchange for Vice overall. And I'm not sure they can really do much. I mean, the damage that just comes out with these
Radiant's
2
top
wolves.
tower
This
is under
bear wolf.
attack.
Algor spent all that time trying to remind us of the man bear pig. He should
I
have
was
been
about
getting
to say
us.
that. You know, he's a half bear, half wolf, half man. So kind of hard to play
Radiant's
into
bottom
that.
tower has
It
fallen.
looks too scary.
Should have been warning us of this.
What a waste.
Swift slash on the creeps. But 30k. And Roche about to respawn. So they could go for it or they could chase. There's the Abyssal. Oh my god, Enryu! There's just no surviving when these pack of wolves are coming for you. Samael's dead. For more, Zenki drops 4 heroes gone. Blade Fury, it may not even help you inside your own well. You'll jump around, you'll extend your time, but it's a full team wipe for TNC to really put the dagger into this one. An ultra kill for the Ursa of Gabbi, and a 2-0 victory for TNC over Vice Esports.